Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk just a brief one about tax-free savings accounts. I'm in South Africa and I'm going to talk about tax-free savings accounts in South Africa. I know a few other countries have tax-free savings accounts or similar accounts. Some of them are actually called something different, but I'm actually just going to cover South African ones today. So the tax-free savings account was introduced a few years ago, and the reason for it is to help people save for retirement. They see people aren't saving enough for retirement, and the stats are showing it that less than half of the people, when they get to retirement, they don't have enough money to survive. So it's very important to try put away as much as you can from as young as you can. If I could go back and speak to my 21-year-old self, I started on the right track. I would have said just stay doing that, because compound interest over time, when your compound interest makes your investments grow and grow and grow. So now I'm starting over a little bit late. I do have something, but I'm working up to trying to build as much as I can over the next 10 years. Because within 10 years I'm going to hit the retirement age. So yeah, it creeps up quickly, but I've got a plan in place, and you also need to have a plan in place. Obviously, your company pension fund, especially if your company matches is well worth it, because obviously you get a tax deduction on your payments into the pension fund, and also RA works the same in that you get a tax deduction on your contributions. But then obviously usually a company won't match that. Obviously it's only the company pension fund. So what I want to tell you though, try and use everything you can to try to reduce your tax. But what happens with the retirement and the pension? So there's no tax when you pay it in; it's tax deducted. But when you get your pension out, there is tax. There is a tax-free amount. There is a tax-free amount that you get first, but then after you've reached that tax-free lump sum amount, then your monthly pension is taxable. By the time you're getting it, usually your tax rates are a bit lower, because obviously the tax rates are a bit low for over 65 and over 75. So at least that's to your benefit, but you get taxed on it. But tax-free savings account works differently. Tax-free savings accounts with after-tax money. So in other words, that money's already been taxed, or whatever, you get money in your hands from whatever source, from your income, from wherever. So what happens with the tax-free savings account, you pay money into your tax-free savings account. Now there are limits. You have a 500,000 Rand lifetime limit. They might increase that in future. Maybe they say in a few years' time, maybe it's going to be 550, but that's only speculation. Obviously as inflation goes, but at the moment it's 500,000. So that's what we're working on. So in other words, as soon as you've paid in 500,000, then you can't pay anything more. As soon as you pay even 1 Rand over that 500,000, they tax you at 40% on whatever you pay extra. So don't do that. Don't do it. Okay. Now, each tax year. So the tax year runs from the 1st of March until the end of February. So the 28th, or every leap year, the 29th of February. In that tax year, you can pay up to a maximum of 36,000 Rand. So you can pay 10,000 Rand. You can pay 20,000 Rand. You can pay 30. You can pay 1,000 Rand a month. After 12 months, you have 12,000. So you're under the limit for the year, and you're obviously under the lifetime limit. So you could try and pay as much as you can. If you can afford to pay 36,000 in every year, then you pay 36,000 Rand in every year. And then when you get, it'll take about 13 years, I think 13 years and 8 months or something, to pay up to your 500,000. As soon as you get to your 500,000 limit, then you can't pay in any more. Also with your yearly, you pay your 36,000. So say say you pay in 36,000 that year, then you pay in maybe another 1,000 rand. You say, I've got 1,000 rand, let me pay that in. You pay that 1,000 rand in, you're going to be taxed, like I said, with a lifetime. Each year, 36,000 max. You pay 1,000 rand in, they're going to tax you 40% on that 1,000 that you've paid in. So do not do that. Okay, 36 rand minimum per year. Also, if you withdraw, you can actually withdraw. It's fine to withdraw from your tax-free savings account because the money's already taxed. Your growth within the tax-free savings account is not taxable. Okay, so your dividends, your interest, and your capital gains are not taxable. But it is a long-term, even though it's called a savings account, it's actually a long-term. It should be called investment account because your gains are not taxable, and you can take money out. Say if you need, it's an emergency, you haven't got money anywhere else. You can take out. But let's say you're paying 36,000 and you withdraw 1,000 rand, for example. Okay, so you think, great. Okay, I've paid that now. I can pay. You can't pay back in. As soon as you've paid in that 36,000, your limit's reached. You can draw out the whole 36,000. You can't pay anything back in that tax year. You have to wait for the next tax year. So it's 36,000 per tax year, and the limit is 500,000 lifetime limit. So as soon as you reach 500,000, then it's the same. But like I say, your money grows within that. The only thing that is taxable is, I speak under correction, but it's the foreign dividends. I know the American dividends, I think it's a 15% tax. And your local dividends are taxed as they charge a withholding tax. So in other words, what they do when the company pays out the dividends, they take off that withholding tax. So you don't pay any. There's no tax in your hands anyway. But like I say, everything within that is tax free except the foreign dividends. But I think it's a 15%. So wise thing to do. If I was you, and I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take this as financial advice. I'm just stating the obvious and stating the facts. What I would do is obviously pay into your retirement annuity or company pension fund or both. There are limits to paying in that, but I would try and pay as much as you can into that, and then also pay into a tax-free savings account. Take advantage of that. You're given an advantage, and you can pay in. And like I said, there's no tax on the growth and whatever. And then when you take the money out, there's no taxes involved or whatever. So because you're working with tax free, it's already tax money. Okay, so pay as much as you can in. You've also got a bit of a choice. Not you can't choose anything, but usually you would choose from a range of ETFs or unit trusts, or some actually allow you to invest in South African shares, like the banks and stuff. So so you can spread your investment out, and you obviously get your dividends, and then you can either reinvest your dividends or take your dividends. They can pay it out in cash. It's a wonderful investment, and it is well worth taking this. Like I say, I'm not a financial advisor, but if I was you, I would take advantage of this tax-free savings account and pay in and try and build up your money in your tax-free savings account. And then when you get to retirement, perhaps you can even live off your dividends, or it will help you to live off dividends. It will pay some of your expenses, and then you can obviously sell out when you reach that age when you need the money to do that. But it is well worth it. Okay, so thanks for listening. It looks like we're going to have a storm, which we need the rain. But okay. So have a wonderful day, and you must look forward to my next video, because I want to try and make regular videos. All right, now thank you.